I am Tommy Robinson, an enemy of the state, and I'm going to be talking a lot about another form of child abuse. This cannot be left unchallenged. And I stand here today not as a political activist. I stand here to talk about this issue, which will surprise people, the issue I'm talking about. I talk about it not as a political activist, as a father. I am Tommy Robinson, an enemy of the state. And I stand here today not as a political activist, as a father.
Perhaps most worryingly, Blakelock also retweeted 19 posts and quote tweeted 26 posts from Mark Collett, most recently on 10th of January 2019. Collett is a former BNP figure who has attempted to reinvent himself as a commentator for the white nationalist alt-right. Collett has regularly collaborated with David Duke, a former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan and a dedicated Holocaust denier. Collett himself has described the Holocaust as the alleged extermination of 6 million Jews.
When the Brexit Party started, which is Nigel Farage's party, 3 of them formed it. The lady had to resign because she retweeted me. So that's like Nigel Farage forced her to resign. The second man was fired as well for making unpolitically correct comments.
So what age would you set the age of consent law? Because there would have to be some kind of... Because otherwise, why would it go to a judge? You know, why would a judge even...
I don't think you need that little arbitrary line of age.
It is arbitrary, that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
I was well under the age of 11 when I started having sex, and so what I like to do is put people on the other side of the argument. It's like, what you have to do is you have to say that someone like me, not anybody else, but me, that I was too stupid to appreciate the nature and quality of what I was doing at the time. So please convince me I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I think it's it depends on the child, really, doesn't it? Because some kids...
That's what the Catholics say.
Well, it's true. It's true though. It should really be a case-by-case basis. But
ultimately, I think people like Sargon standing is a good thing. And when he said he was standing, I actually phoned him and said, I totally support what you're doing. I think it's good luck. And I wished him well. Sargon's big error, one of his really big errors, is if you think like some medieval warlord and you announce your intentions and turn up with battle lines drawn, you pretty quickly realize that you're not actually a conquering medieval warlord. You're an e-celebrity who's going to get covered in fish and milkshake, and you and your 10 friends go home, and it's all rather embarrassing. And I actually warned him in this. I actually sent him messages and said, follow this and you won't get into trouble. And everything I sent to him, telling him to do, he did the opposite of.
Another person said that gas trap between the bodies, because apparently the bodies were always stacked up like that, gas trap between the bodies would have killed people going in to pull the bodies out. This is what other people have said. Personally, I've never visited the place, so I can't make my own decision on that. Obviously, with this, I reserve judgment, because it's the kind of thing that if you push a belief that doesn't go along with the narrative, you lose your YouTube channel. And it's not something I particularly want to do. I've heard people say that for the crematoria to have cremated all the people they said that were exterminated during the Holocaust, it would have had to carry on for 5 years after the war to get through the backlog of bodies. That was one mathematician did that. Another person said that had the gas chambers used in the way that was indicated in the diagrams,
Paul Golding is a man I've known for my entire political life. He was involved in the BNP before I got involved. He was the former youth leader before me. He was the head of publicity before me. Paul Golding is a man I've known for years.
Я успокоиться, не успокоен в тюрьме. Миллионы погибли из-за вас, подлец и негодяй. Выводи его отсюда, я тебе сказал. Выводи отсюда, эту сволочь. И ты пошел отсюда, тебя не видел. Где второй охранник? Выведи его отсюда, сказал. Выведи. Стойте, стойте. Выведи, пошел вон отсюда, сумасшедший вам тебя гнать. Мерзавцы такие. Перерыв. Сволочи, сколько...
Every single Muslim watching this video on YouTube, on 7/7, you got away with killing and maiming British citizens. You got away with it. Next time you think about it, you better understand that we have built a network from one end of this country to the other end. And the Islamic community will feel the full force of the English Defence League if we see any of our citizens killed, maimed or hurt on British soil ever again. Perhaps politicians who live a very comfortable life far away from the areas infested with the religion of peace should give some serious consideration into resigning, as they're failing the UK in this spectacular fucking fashion. I have said time and time again, if we don't get this issue dealt with, then the British public will. They will end up taking matters into their own hands. Take Northern Ireland as a prime example. Militias will be set up, and then the UK government will have a problem beyond their wildest dreams. Inaction will only facilitate the creation of a disgruntled and angry population who will end up cleaning out this Islamic problem. I am Tommy Robinson, an enemy of the state. And I stand here today, not as a political activist, as a father.